Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening. Jamestown High School's principal has resigned, the latest. Plus, how one local museum is getting into the holiday spirit. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a first look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Thursday, everybody. We're so close to that holiday weekend, and give you a live look coming from the Mill Creek Mall in Erie. Traffic flowing okay over Peach Street, but you can see the snow accumulation that occurred over the past 24 hours. And we had some nice viewer pictures that came in. This is coming from Lori S. in Randolph. You can see all the snow up there. I believe that's a mailbox right there, or some sort of a street sign, and you can see the snow is about, I'd say about a quarter or halfway up that street sign. And again, the heavier amounts of the snow, again, was confined mainly to the hills. Here's another one coming from Asheville. This is right near the Cummings plant in Asheville. You can see the snow accumulation there. And I believe we have a video of snow in Randolph. I'm not sure who's back in the control room. There we go. And you can see the snow accumulation that fell there. And of course, the snow down there on the street as well. And so again, the snow, and again, this was all lake effect. And this was, and again, you know, we told you about this over the past 24 hours or so. And this is, yeah, there you go. Get that snow brush going right there. And that's exactly what you needed over the past 24 hours. So let's take a look at the radar. We'll show you exactly here. The snow has tapered off. We still do have a few little lake effect snow flurries, but that's pretty much about it. And the majority of the day should be dry after we move all these flakes out. Look at these temperatures. Near 20, that's it. Woo, we should be near 35 this time of the year, but we do see signs of a warm up. But what's that going to do for Christmas? We'll talk about it in a few. Back to you, Jay.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. Our top story, Jamestown High School's principal resigned this morning following public scrutiny surrounding a fight at the school last month. Jamestown Board of Education accepted Dr. Rosemary Bradley's resignation during a special meeting. Now, previously, teachers at the school overwhelmingly voted no confidence in her ability to keep students safe, that following a fight at the school. President of the Teachers Association says the lack of student discipline by Dr. Bradley has led to a dangerous learning environment. Furthermore, the teachers say that Dr. Bradley ignored the comments previously brought forward by the union. Now, current Jamestown High School assistant principal Dana Williams was appointed interim principal through June 30th, 2020. Dr. Bradley's last day at the school is January 31st. In other news we're following, this one's a little strange. 2 people were arrested this week after allegedly eating stolen goods in the back of a delivery truck. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says that workers at the Frito-Lay property in Dunkirk tried to get into a delivery truck just after 3 a.m. Saturday when they found 2 males sitting in the cab of the truck eating Frito-Lay products that had been stolen out of the back of it. When told that they were going to call 911, both of the men reportedly fled. The sheriff's patrol later located the doer walking down the road a short distance away from the scene. A complainant identified the 2, and police say 23-year-old Benjamin Calano is charged with petty larceny and trespass in the case. Deputies did not identify the other individual involved in the incident. Well, the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives voted to impeach President Donald Trump for abuse of power late last night. The president, accused of abusing his presidential power when he asked Ukraine to investigate his political rivals ahead of a 2020 election and then obstructing Congress's investigation. Now, he is the 3rd president to be impeached. Local Congressman Tom Reed says he voted against moving the process forward.
I think people are coming down where they know. They know what the call was about. The transcript of the call was released. People can make their determination based upon what was in that call and the information that's out there. So from my perspective, does it cross the initial hurdle of an impeachable offense? I think that's one of the fundamental issues that will be adjudicated rather quickly.
Now, next comes a January trial in the Senate where a vote of 2/3 would be necessary for conviction. And a local fire department here in Chautauqua County is looking for a new logo, and they're asking for the public's help in designing it. The Bemis Point Fire Department says in honor of their 100-year anniversary, they're holding a contest to revamp the department's patch. The department is asking for local artists to craft a patch that would best represent the group. Specifically, Bemis Point Fire Rescue and EST 1920 should be on the design. Submissions are due via email on Monday, February 3rd. The organization asks artists to include their full name and mailing address with submission. Now, the first place winner of the contest will win $300, second place $150, and third $50. Submissions should be sent to bemispointfire@gmail.com. We have a link to that and much more about the patch at WNYNewsNow.com. Certainly a great way to get the community involved in such an important symbol for local fire departments and emergency services. Their patch that they really hold a lot of pride in because of this great community service that they do, and they're in Bemis, all volunteers as well. So good work to them, and we'll look forward to seeing some of the designs, hopefully. Hopefully everybody's having a great Thursday out there. Thanks so much for joining us. We are trucking so close to Christmas. It feels so festive here in the newsroom. Dakota's dad actually brought some cookies, and I got to give him a shout out to thank you to Mr. Hunter and to my mom as well. Thank you to you for some cookies that we've been passing around the last couple of days. Feeling like Santa Claus here on the broadcast with all these delicious treats. I got to say hello to Wendy. Hopefully you were doing well. Happy Thursday to you. Great to have you on the broadcast. Hello to Raymond. Thanks for tuning in. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Thomas as well. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Sean. Hopefully you are doing well and having a great day. Straight ahead, we show you how one Jamestown museum is getting into the holiday spirit. But first, how the state is trying to crack down on zombie properties here in Jamestown. Dakota.
Yeah, it's funny. My dad can cook and bake, but I can't do any of that stuff. The temperature, the high yesterday was 23. Look at where we bottomed out this morning. 9. Oh, 9. But at least after we get through today, we'll be done with this for a while. We'll talk about it next as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Well, happening now, a new state law may help officials here in Jamestown crack down on dilapidated properties. The Zombie Property Remediation Act of 2019 authorizes local governments to compel mortgage lenders to either complete a mortgage foreclosure proceeding or issue a certificate of discharge for any abandoned property. New York State leaders say the move allows local governments to deal with these properties that decrease surrounding property values and put a strain on the municipal resources. Developers tell us that rundown properties can sit in legal foreclosure limbo for many years, sometimes deteriorating to the point that the buildings must be torn down while the mortgage lender fails to complete that foreclosure process. Well, a conservative group in New York State is suing to block a pay hike that would place Governor Andrew Cuomo among the nation's highest paid governors. The Justice Center is seeking an injunction blocking the pay hike in a lawsuit filed in state court this month against Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli. The nonprofit claims that the state constitution prohibits changing a governor or lieutenant governor's compensation during their term. Cuomo's salary is set to jump from $200,000 this year to $225,000 in January, and then to $250,000 in 2021. Now, the Government Justice Center also wants the court to block pay hikes for Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, whose salary is expected to increase $10,000. Well, researchers are learning more and more about the health risks related to vaping. In today's Health Minute, Jeremy Roth brings us the latest on some long-term risks that are just coming to light.
In one of the first studies of its kind, researchers have found a link between vaping and the increased long-term risk of developing respiratory disease. Published in the American Journal of Preventative Medicine, the study monitored e-cigarette users and respiratory disease over a 3-year period. In that limited amount of time, researchers found the odds of developing lung disease increased for e-cigarette users almost as much as it did for cigarette smokers. And if they used both, it went up even more. The study relied on self-reporting from more than 32,000 adults in the U.S. They were asked if they used any type of vaping or tobacco product and if they had ever been told by a doctor they had lung or respiratory conditions. Medical professionals stress that there are still a lot of unknowns when it comes to the health risks of vaping and the true long-term effects on the body. For today's Health Minute, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. Well, as you're making your list and checking it twice, make sure those shipping deadlines are checked too. Christmas is less than a week away, and here's some of the biggest dates you'll want to jot down. First up, FedEx. A list of various deadlines start as soon as today. For Target and Best Buy, your deadline's tomorrow. That's the same for USPS, depending on what you're sending. And there are various deadlines starting tomorrow for them. For Amazon, if you're a Prime member, you have until Sunday, and if you're not, well, you're already out of luck. It's Sunday for Walmart too, and Monday for UPS. Of course, all the nitty-gritty details are on each company's website. Certainly, a lot of last-minute shoppers probably out right now going, what am I going to do? But I know a lot of times a lot of people just, they like to spend time with family, as long as you have something. I mean, I've always felt funny if someone gives you a gift and you didn't expect them to give you a gift, and sometimes that gets weird. Or this is one of the things we talked about this last week, I think, when it comes to company gifts, is somebody gives you a company gift that's like really expensive, and you're like, holy crap, like this is a big gift. What am I gonna do? And then you're almost scrambling to kind of make up. That's happened to me a couple of times. So sorry, not sorry. Hello to Wendy. She says, e-cigs and vaping cigs and vaping are different. So let's get that message out there. Certainly, the new study seems to find, Wendy, that they have the same health effects. Obviously, vaping doesn't smell the same as cigarettes, though. But either way, certainly I think something that's going to be a conversational piece, probably at Christmas, too. And as we head throughout the next, couple of years as people try to taper that down. William, he says, government shouldn't be getting pay raises when normal New Yorkers are struggling to make ends meet this Christmas. Good point. Hello to Pam. Good to see you on the broadcast. Raymond, hopefully you are doing well. David, great to see you here as well as always. And Sean, hopefully you're having fun on your trip. We miss you in the storm chaser unit, though. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's chasing storms from the studio. He's here with a look at our weather forecast and what Christmas may look like. And later, how one Jamestown mansion turned museum is getting into the holiday spirit. That and more when WNY News Now continues. Stay with us.
Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
I was checking the comments and somebody says that I bring sexy back to the weather. Okay. Let's take a look at the snowfall totals that we've had over the past 24 hours here. Eddyville in Cattaraugus County, 15 inches. Over 1 foot of snow. Perrysburg in the hills, 11.8. Franklinville, 11.5. Gary, 9.5. Jamestown, 9 inches. Forestville, 9.5. And Falconer, 4.5. So again, the snow totals were almost in line with what we were expecting. Right on the highest hills, we told you possibly a foot or more could pile up, and that's where the heaviest amount of the snow was. Man, it was frigid this morning. 9 was the official low temperature in Jamestown this morning. 18 Dunkirk, 19 Erie. How about 7 Olean, 6 Bradford, 5 Wells. How about Dansville at 4 degrees, and Hamilton, Ontario, 5 above. But when you add in the winds, these were the lowest wind chill numbers observed last night through this morning. 9 below zero. Jamestown, a goose egg in Dunkirk, 3 above in Erie, and 13 below zero in Olean, 14 in Wellsville. Again, the in-house computer model played very well with this because we told you how right near the Lake Erie shoreline, you likely were going to stay above zero, but it didn't matter. I mean, when you have a 0 for a wind chill value and a 3 in Erie, that is still frigid. At least we're kind of done with that. News Now Cam again. More clouds kind of socked in today. We're at 15. That's rebound, I guess. It's still below average. Look at that healthy southwest wind of 14. The wind chill's down to a goose egg right now as of noon hour. So here's what's coming up. Ice, ice, baby. All right, I'll just stick with weather. Anyway, the lake snow tapers off through the day today, west to east, as the lake effect snow just falls apart today. Sunshine returns by the weekend. Hey, D, how's Christmas looking like? You know, so is it going to be white? Well, it's going to be hard to say here. You can see it here. Temperatures, we're going to be warming up throughout the rest of the week, going into the weekend. This is like a step ladder, just going all the way up. And if you built a snowman, he'll be struggling to stay alive here by 40 degrees by next Monday. So again, we told you about this, how this lake effect event we just went through is likely going to be the focal point if we get a white Christmas. I'm still not confident to say, but it's not looking good. And you can see here, this goes all the way out to the 1st of January. Big warm-up occurring across much of the continental 48, cooler out to the west, but it's going to be warmer out to these. Now, warm is a figurative term used in the winter months. We're not talking like 70s and sunshine, but we're talking above average temperatures, maybe in the 40s, going out to the first week of January. This is not good for our snowpack, but we're still remaining a little bit of hope. With some of the snow that we have on the hills, maybe, just maybe, it can withstand a little bit of melting. Not confident to say yet. First Defense Doppler again, there's a little bit of light snow falling in the North County, but otherwise that's about it. And the rest of the area dry, and the remainder of the day is going to be dry with that. Northeast is quieted down, and all the lake effect machines have pretty much shut off for now, and it's going to remain that way throughout the rest of the week. Zone forecast, inland areas here. Temperatures, look at this. Maybe 20, Jamestown in the valleys. Upper teens. Yikes. That is going to be frigid, but at least the lake effect snow will come to an end. The Lake Erie shoreline here, maybe mid-20s here. It will be cold, but at least the winds won't be whipping around. Now the next 7 days of your life coming up on the screen. Winter starts on Saturday. Both Friday and Saturday should be mainly sunny. And then as we go into early next week, look at the message we wrote. We're losing our snowpack. Christmas Day, 42 degrees. We think more clouds, but at least it should be dry through the day. Temperatures nearing 40 through Christmas Day. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that forecast as we get closer. Norm has sports right after this. Don't go away.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Thursday, sports fans. We are nearing the end of the work week. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. In high school basketball action, tonight at 7:30, the Falconer Golden Falcons varsity boys basketball team will be on the road for a non-conference game against the Pine Valley Panthers. Another basketball game to be in play tonight, also at 7:30, will be the Salamanca Warriors varsity boys team taking on the Hamburg Bulldogs. In conference action at 6 o'clock this evening, the Maple Grove Red Dragons varsity girls basketball team will be hosting the Dunkirk Marauders for a Section 6 Class B game. The Jamestown Rebels came up short on Wednesday night in Johnstown, losing 2-0 to the Tomahawks. In spite of the loss, Jamestown is still 1 point up over the Northeast Generals. The Rebels have now lost 3 consecutive games going into their next home series. Jamestown will begin that home series tomorrow night at 7:05 as they will take on the New Jersey Titans for 2 games, with them being in first in the East. Saturday's game will feature Christmas with the Rebels and a post-game skate with the team. With an 8:30 tip-off tonight, the 15-12 Brooklyn Nets will be on the road versus the 10-16 San Antonio Spurs. Brooklyn has won back-to-back games. Their last one, a 108-101 OT win against the New Orleans Pelicans on Tuesday. They're also in 7th in the East, 3.5 games behind the Indiana Pacers. Meanwhile, San Antonio is also coming off a victory, defeating the Houston Rockets 109-107 on Monday. The game will be televised on the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, a historic mansion turned museum here in Jamestown is getting into the holiday spirit. The Fenton History Center recently launched its yearly Christmas exhibit. Center Director Noah Goodling says this year's theme is based off of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and it fits in well with the historic building.
We want to make sure that we get that kind of industrial, gritty, Victorian sentiment to it, but it also has a lot of the lightheartedness that you know and love from the story A Christmas Carol. You know, him and his crutch, and Ebenezer Scrooge and the 3 ghosts, and you'll be able to see a lot of scenes that you recognize from that classic story.
Now, tonight, the center is hosting a performance of the classic tale at 7 o'clock at its 67 Washington Street location. Goodling says the exhibit will be on display through mid-January. The center is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. In Dakota, the Fenton History Center is named in honor of Reuben Fenton, a Frewsburg native and the 22nd governor of New York State, who lived in his home with his family in the 1800s.
The Fenton History Center is actually one of the few places, well, I don't say one of the few places, but it's actually one of the places a lot of schools go on field trips. Yeah. It's the Fenton History Center, the Robert H. Jackson Center, and the Audubon. And
Goodling told me when I was there kind of looking around at this massive, massive exhibit, I mean, the whole house is transformed into era Christmas, and there's, you know, local displays for like Swedish Christmas traditions, the Italian Christmas traditions, the Irish Christmas traditions, and local artifacts from here in Jamestown incorporated into that. And then obviously each year they have this theme, and they really transformed the whole downstairs into kind of this Charles Dickens Christmas story theme. And you know what? Another really cool thing, which I think sort of to note when talking about the center, is Frewsburg has such a role in regional and national history. You think about it, they have the Fenton family from Frewsburg, became governor of New York, and then Robert H. Jackson and his role. He was from Frewsburg, too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the elementary school is named there after him. So it just came to me now. Like, I'm like, whoa, what a connection. Well, I'm sure it came to other people a long time ago.
Well, I mean, you know, we all learned something new because I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So if you do get a chance, go in to check out the exhibit, and I mean, it's it's just so amazing how they've worked it into that historical side of it. So it looks really cool. Let's check in with the comments. Andrew, he says, I need to go there. Wendy agrees as well. So she's finishing up some cleaning and decorating, and then she could go watch Little House on the Prairie. That sounds fun.
Have you ever seen that show?
I do. I have, yes. I used to watch it with my grandparents over the summer. Andrew, Taco Thursday? I thought it was Taco Tuesday.
Tacos are good any time of the
I guess.
Year, Jay.
I thought it was Taco Tuesday. Wendy says, no snow, gay. I don't know if I agree with that, Wendy. I wish there was, Dakota, I'm kind of sad that there's not going to be really much snow for Christmas. I mean, fingers crossed that we can keep it.
Right.
But, I mean, you saw your Frosty graphic. There it is.
Yeah, you can see he's
so
fighting to stay
sad.
alive.
Oh, Frosty, no.
Yeah, so the temperatures are going to be going up throughout the rest of the week into the weekend. And again, we're not saying that we're going to have a white Christmas or a green Christmas, but we're hopeful that any of the snow that we have will stay through the warm-up. We're not confident to say yet, but it's not looking good with temperatures nearing 40 even on Christmas Day.
Oh, Frosty. Man, he looked so sad in that shot.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But at least Santa looks happy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, he'll come whether there's snow or not.
Right.
All right, Dakota, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gotta say hello to, it looks like, I gotta scroll up, so many comments. Hello to Kelly, thanks for joining us. She says heat wave. Yeah, no kidding.
We're having a heat wave.
Good afternoon to John,
Tropical
thanks for
heat
being
wave.
here. Let's see, who else is on the broadcast? So many of you I want to get to before we go. It looks like Brandon is here. Good to see you, sir. Hopefully you're doing well and getting ready for a great Christmas holiday. That's going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow with another edition of WNY News Now, right here live at noon. I hope to see you here at noon. When you're on the go, stay in the know.
Fun on Fridays.
Oh, we are a lot of fun on Fridays, yeah. Please tune in, because it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time had by all, so. You remember that? Rory used to talk about that.
The what?
Rory used to say there was they used to put this in articles in his previous work in a local newspaper. I'm not going to say who, but he would always say someone would lead with, "It was a good time had by all," and Rory always objected because he said that not everyone's going to have a good time. Someone there might not have a good time, so it's not actually journalism factual. But our producer's telling me to shut up and move on.
Wrap up, Jay. Wrap up. You're getting in trouble.
Tacos are good every day, Andrew. You're right. News continues 24/7, WNYNewsNow.com. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. And, yeah, news continues all the time. Download our mobile app. I don't know how to get myself out of this.
Just go to black.
Oh, that's crazy. Bye.